Hey there, we're back in Assetto Corsa again. This time we're in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. This is the Marlboro Motor Raceway. It was originally built in 1952 and was just a dirt oval. They later added a paved oval, and then in 1954, through influences of the Lavender Hill Mob out of Washington, D.C., swear that's honest to God's truth, I'm not making this stuff up. These guys, I guess, wanted a raceway that was local for SCCA racing and other sorts of racing, and wanted the paved road. So their influence actually helped create this roadway. A lot of fun in terms of racing. In fact, Roger Penske got his start here in 1961. His professional debut was on this track in a Porsche 550 RS Spyder. So that's pretty cool. Tonight, what we're actually driving in, just for the giggles, is a Ford Mustang. This is a Shelby Mustang, Shelby GT350R, 1966. Fun car, 4-speed, and putting out a little bit of horsepower, a little under 400 horsepower, and a lot of fun to drive. So let's go ahead and get out, and we'll talk a little bit more about this track. So the track shut down in 1969. And primary reason for it is that Summit Raceway in West Virginia opened up that same year. And it was a more modern track, had more modern safety features, and did not have one of the weird features that this track has that makes it a little bit dangerous in terms of higher speed cars. And that is a really, really interesting section where you have traffic going opposite directions of one another, separated only by a grass median. And that's not very safe. After watching the Rolex 24 conclusion, seeing Roger Penske and Porsche win overall again, second year in a row, I was inclined to drive a Porsche 550 RS here on this track in honor of Roger Penske, but decided against it. So you notice that track we just came down, it's right over here to the right, and so you come over that rise right there. That's dangerous, right? If you got airborne and rolled the car, went into oncoming traffic. So that was a safety concern. That's one of the major reasons that racers started going to Summit, and this track was essentially abandoned. I also, as I understood some of the reading, that the management of this track was not particularly easy to work with. So that probably had a little bit to do with it as well. But the safety features, while you go, well, why didn't they just reconfigure the track? This is surrounded by marshland, and so there's a lot of environmental protection around this area. And reconfiguring the track would have been prohibitively expensive. So rather than invest in that, they just sort of let it go away. It is a tight track. You could race on it, but it's a lot tighter than some of the others we've been looking at recently. But like this rise here, you can lose the tires there and really kind of have the car go away from you really quickly. And then this one here as well. But an entertaining track, very green, very lush. So pretty surroundings. Car is difficult to drive. It likes to squirrel away on you a little bit. This is, again, a Sergio Loro track. One of the interesting features that I've not explored, I've read a little bit about, that he offers with his tracks is if you don't like the natural bumps in the track, he offers a few different mesh options that you can alter the track and make it a little bit more drivable, a little bit more friendly. I like to drive things as they actually existed, if I can. Or how the modder envisioned they existed. It's a squirrel under braking. So this is an interesting track. And I did not know. I had planned to do this track today regardless. I had actually no earthly idea that Roger Penske got his professional debut here as a race car driver. I believe that was in 1961. He had done some other SCCA racing events, but I don't think he had raced for money and raced professionally until he raced his first race here. Congratulations to the whole Penske clan and Porsche. A repeat is a hard thing to do at Daytona. So a monumental feat to be sure. So yeah, another track kind of lost in history. Is that where I wanted to go? I think it was. Shouldn't reverse on a track, but since there's nobody else out here, I'm not going to feel guilty about it. It's a weird pit box to get into because it is an oval track, so it makes sense that it would be in the center here. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed driving it. This car is definitely a handful. I probably would not choose to drive this in most circumstances. It's not the most enjoyable car that I've ever driven, but definitely is a historic relic, and was fun. It was just a handful. The track is interesting. I'm not sure I'd want to race here. But you can see, just like looking at this track and the way it's laid out, Summit Point is a better racetrack, and so it makes sense that it would get replaced by that track. So, good stuff. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye now.
Spaß machen Rennsport.